So imagine you're walking into a corporate boardroom, right? You're looking at this perfectly good, highly expensive audio-visual system that suddenly just can't connect to Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, it's basically the ultimate modern IT dilemma.
Right. So instead of just ripping out the walls and starting over, what if you could just, give that room a new brain?
Exactly. And that's really our mission for you today. We're doing a deep dive to decode how how legacy business tech manages to survive in this rapidly shifting software world.
And doing it without a complete, budget-breaking overhaul.
Right, exactly. We're looking at a specific bridge solution today, which is a Kramer Basic Bundle sold by a company called HDTVSupply.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. They're selling this basic bundle. It's the Kramer KAC-CU-200-B05.
With the KAC TCH10 controller and the MTR compute unit, yeah.
Right, the controller and the unit. And they're selling it for around $1,800, which is discounted from an MSRP of over $2,000, like $2,270.
Which is a pretty decent drop, honestly.
Yeah, but they promise this quote-unquote seamless integration into Microsoft Teams rooms with minimal investment. And I have to push back immediately here.
Oh, sure.
$1,800 to act as what is essentially a software patch. I mean, is that really a minimal investment?
Well, in your living room. No,
Ah.
absolutely not. But, what's fascinating here is we have to look at the sheer scale of enterprise economics.
Okay, fair.
Think about what's actually sitting in a high-end corporate conference room.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got integrated ceiling microphones, automated 4K cameras.
Oh, right, the matrix switchers, all that custom wired acoustics.
Exactly. So spending $1,800 is literally a fraction of the cost of tearing all that out.
Wait, so if a company just switches their daily communication software to Teams, they'd normally have to just rip all that physical hardware out. What does that even cost?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it easily costs tens of thousands of dollars to replace.
Yeah.
The old hardware speaks one language, right? But the new Microsoft Teams software speaks another.
So instead of replacing the entire room, this Kramer bundle just acts as like a localized translator.
Right, exactly. The compute unit works mechanically like a dedicated mini PC that just runs Teams.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the touch controller intercepts the signals from your old mics and cameras, converting them instantly so the new software actually understands what's going on.
Ah, okay. So it's less like plugging a modern smart stick into a perfectly good 10-year-old TV and more like, I don't know, hiring an interpreter for a high-stakes UN meeting.
That is a great way to put it. The room and the diplomats are already there. You just need a specialized brain sitting in the middle, routing all those translations.
Okay, that makes sense. But obviously you don't just click add to cart and hope for the best with something like that.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
If you're spending thousands to bridge a legacy system, you really need a vendor who deeply understands that whole complex ecosystem.
Right. And the listing we're looking at is from HDTVSupply. I mean, they've been around for 25 years, dealing in just massive tech.
Yeah, they have a huge catalog.
Like, they have those massive Wolfpack matrix switchers that can support up to 160 TVs at once, which is wild.
It really is. I mean, routing video and audio to 160 screens requires absolute precision. There is zero margin for error there.
Exactly. But here's where it gets really interesting to me. Despite moving all this highly complex hardware, they have over 10,000 reviews, sitting at like a 96% 4 or 5-star rating.
Which is incredibly rare in enterprise IT, by the way.
Right. And one buyer specifically praised an employee named Rachel, who apparently manually caught an ordering mistake before the product ever even shipped.
Ooh, wow, that's huge.
Yeah. So it made me wonder, in this era of automated one-click checkout, why is human oversight still such a massive selling point in AV tech?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really comes down to standardization. Or, well, the lack of it.
What do you mean?
So in consumer tech, everything is standardized, so automation works perfectly. You buy a phone, you buy a charger, it just works.
Right, plug and play.
But in enterprise AV, there is no standard. I mean, every single boardroom is a custom-built, high-stakes puzzle.
Ah.
An automated system just can't verify if a specific controller will play nicely with a 10-year-old custom acoustic setup. Only a human expert can actually do that.
So if you order a slightly incompatible piece, it's not just, printing out a return label and dropping it at the post office.
Exactly. The boardroom goes down, the big client presentation gets delayed, and the IT department is just scrambling.
Yay, good.
Yeah. So when a vendor has human oversight, people who actually understand the technical puzzle, they prevent a compatibility disaster before it ever leaves the warehouse. And that builds immense trust.
that makes a lot of sense. So for everyone listening, what does this actually mean for you? Whether you're prepping for an IT budget meeting next week, or maybe just rethinking your own complex home office setup, just remember this bridge strategy.
Right. Upgrading to a modern software standard really doesn't always mean you have to start completely from scratch.
Exactly. Sometimes you just need the right interpreter.
And of course, the right vendor to ensure the interpreter actually speaks the language of your specific room.
100%. But I want to leave you with this to mull over as we wrap up.
Yeah.
If these specialized compute units are successfully bridging the gap between old hardware and new software today, well, what happens when the software evolves so fast that the bridge itself becomes the bottleneck?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Right. Are we actually fixing the problem here, or are we just, renting a little more time for that old boardroom brain?